Good morning all. Today in this session our team called Gold Diggers will present a short activity based on malware. In malware we're gonna discuss about viruses, worms, Trojan horses and backdoors. In this session we have covered the topics on introduction to the malware, viruses, worms, Trojan horses and backdoors. Firstly, let me introduce myself. I, Sauda Ayman, will provide the information about the malware and how can we detect the malware in our computer systems. Before, let's see what is the definition for the malware. A malware is a collective name for the number of miscellaneous variants including viruses, worms and spywares. It is shorthand for the miscellaneous software. Malware, typically consisting of code developed by cyber attacker, are designed to cause the extensive damage to the data and the system or to unauthorized access to the network. Malware deliver its payload in the number of different ways, from demanding a ransom to the stealing sensitive personal data. Cybercriminals nowadays becoming more and more sophisticated in their methods. The following are the list of some of more common malware and their definition. First one is the viruses, worms, Trojan horses and backdoors. Now let's see how this malware spread in our computer systems. Each type of a malware has its own unique way of causing havoc and most rarely on user action of some kind. Some strains are delivered or mailed in link or exhaustible file. Others are delivered instant messaging or social media. This is how the malware spread in the computer system. Now let us see how we can detect and remove the malware from our computer system. First one is the Web Application Firewall, that is WAF. Deployed at the edge of our network, Impera Cloud PCI-DSS complains the service uses the signature, behavior and reputational analysis to block all malware injection attack on our website and web application. This Impera organization offered a managed services and maintained by the detected security team. Our next one is the Backdoor Protect, a service that interrupts the communication attempt with the backdoor shell on our web server. By tracing this request, the service is able to pinpoint the most highly abused malware, even if the installed on your web server long before you unabort the services. Next is the Login Protect. This provides a two-factor authentication solution that requires the zero integration and can be instantly deployed on any organization. The service prevents the perpetrator from using stolen login credentials to obtain the network access and install rootkits and backdoors on our web servers. This was about the introduction to the malware and how the malware spread in our computer system, and lastly how we can detect the malware in our computer system. Next, my friend group member called Shravanti will discuss about the viruses. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Shravanti. Today I am going to explain about viruses in cyber security. Before going to that, first we have to know what is meant by viruses and what is the definition for the virus. A computer virus is malware attached to another program which can replicate and spread after an initial execution on a target system where human interaction is required. Many viruses are harmful and can destroy the data, and they can make our systems as slow and lock keystrokes. Most computer viruses target system running Microsoft Windows. Macs, on the other hand, enjoy a reputation as virus-proof super machines. And cyber criminals are not creating new viruses. Instead of that, they are focusing on their efforts on more sophisticated and lucrative threats. When people talk about getting a virus on their computer, they usually mean some form of the malware. And next we can know how does a computer get virus. A computer gets virus through sharing music, files or photos with other users, visiting an infected website or opening spam email or an email attachment. And we can get a computer can get virus by downloading free games, toolbars, media players, and other system utilities, and also installing mainstream software applications without thoroughly reading license agreements. And how can we know computer get virus means some of the symptoms of the computer virus are: your computer may be infected if you are recognize anything of these malware symptoms. Your computer can slow down, it means slow computer performance, erratic computer behavior, unexplained data loss, frequent computer crashes. And how can we protect our system, PC or computer or mobile phones from the viruses means, when you arm yourself with information and resources, you are wiser about computer security threats and less vulnerable to threat tactics. Take these steps to safeguard to your PC the best computer virus protection. Use antivirus protection and firewall to protect our system. Without affecting any virus, we have to take these protections. We have to use antivirus protection and firewall, and get anti-spyware software. Always keep your antivirus protection and anti-spyware software up to date. Update your operating system regularly, and we have to increase our browser security settings and avoid questionable websites, and we have to download software from sites you trust. We can't download all softwares. Carefully evaluate free software and file sharing applications before downloading them. Don't open messages from unknown senders. Immediately delete messages you suspect to be spam. And next, the types of viruses. There are 5 types of viruses in cyber security, mainly boot sector virus, microvirus, macrovirus, stealth virus, multi-partit virus, polymorphic virus. Firstly, we have to know about what is meant by boot sector virus. Boot sector virus is nothing but it infects the boot sector of the system, executing every time system is booted and before operating system is loaded. It infects other bootable media like floppy disk, and this boot sector virus is also known as memory virus, as they do not infect the file system. The next one is macrovirus. Macrovirus is nothing but, unlike most viruses which are written in low level language like C or assembly level language, these are written in high level language like Visual Basic. These viruses are triggered when a program capable of executing a macro is run. For example, microvirus can be contained in spreadsheet files. Then next type of virus is stealth virus. Stealth virus is nothing but it is very tricky virus, as it changes the code that can be used to detect it. Hence the detection of virus becomes very difficulty. For example, it can change the read system can call such that whenever user tasks to read a code modified by virus, the original form of code is shown rather than infected code. The next one is multi-partit virus. This type of virus is able to infect multiple parts of the system, including boot sector, memory and files. This makes it difficult to detect and contain. The last one is polymorphic virus. Polymorphic virus is nothing but a virus signature is a pattern that can identify a virus, a series of bytes that make up virus code. So in order to avoid detection by antivirus, a polymorphic virus changes each time it is installed. The functionality of virus remains same, but its signature is changed. This is about the types of virus and types of virus. How can we prevent the virus, and what are the symptoms of virus that computer get affected. This is about the virus. Then next, my friend Sandeep will explain what is meant by worms and what are the symptoms and types of worms in the cyber security. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Sandeep Singh. I am one of the group member in Gold Diggers, that is Group 8. Today I shall discuss about worms in cyber security. First we'll know about worms. A computer worm is a type of malware that spread copies of itself from computer to computer. A worm can replicate itself without any human interaction, and it does not need to attach itself to a software program in order to cause damage. Worms have been around since 1988. A computer worm is a very similar to that like a computer virus. The worm is a program that can copy itself across a network and it can run on itself. A worm also have a unique feature in the sense it doesn't have to host program in order to run. A worm works by copying itself into nodes or network terminals, which does not require any intervention from the user itself. Coming to how do computer worms work? Worms can be transmitted via software vulnerabilities, or computer worms could arrive as attachments in spam, emails, or instant messages. Once opened, these files could provide link to a malicious website or automatically download the computer worm. Once it is installed, the worm silently goes to work and infects the machine without the user knowledge. Worms can modify and delete files, as they can even inject additional software onto a computer. Sometimes a computer worm purpose is only to make copies of itself over and over, such as hard drive space or bandwidth. By overloading the shared network, in addition to computer resources, worms also can steal data and install a backdoor and allow a hacker to gain control over a computer and its system settings. There are few symptoms in a computer worm. Those are slowing of a computer performance, freezing, crashing, programs opening and running automatically, irregular web browser performance, unusual computer behavior, firewall warnings, and missing files. These are the symptoms which occur in a computer worm. Coming to next, how we can know if our computer has a worm. There are mainly few points. Keep an eye on your hard drive space, monitor speed and performance, be on lookout for missing or new files. Keep an eye on your hard drive space. When worms repeatedly replicate themselves, they start to use up the free space on your computer. Monitor speed and performance. Has your computer seemed a little slower, or some of your program crashing or not running properly? That could be the red flag that worm is eating up your processing power. Be on the lookout for missing or new files. One function of a computer worm is to delete and replace files on a computer. How to help protect against a computer worms? Computer worms are just one example of malicious software. To help protect your computer from worms and other online threats, there are few steps. Since software vulnerabilities are major infection vectors for computer worms, be sure your computer operating system and application are up to date with the latest versions. Install these updates as soon as they are available, because updates often include patches for security flaws. Phishing is another popular way for hackers to spread worms. Always be extra cautious when opening unsolicited emails, especially those are from unknown senders that contain attachments or links. Be sure to invest in a strong internet security software solution that can help block these threats. A good product should have anti-phishing technology as well as a defense against the virus, spyware, ransomware, and other online threats. Coming to next, types of worms. There are 3 types of worms: internet worms, email worms, file sharing worms. Internet worms. Computer worms also target popular websites insufficient security. When they manage to infect the site, internet worms can replicate themselves onto any computer being used to access the website in a question. From there, internet worms are distributed to other connected computers through the internet and local area network connections. Email worms. Email worms are most often distributed and compromised email attachments. They usually have double extensions like MP4 extension and MP3 extension, so that the user would think that the media files are not malicious computer programs. When the victim click on the attachment, copies of the same infected file, it will automatically be sent to the address from their contact list. An email message doesn't have to contain a downloadable attachment to distribute a computer worm. Instead, the body of the message might contain a link that is shortened so that the user can't tell what it is about without clicking on it. When they click on the link, they will be taken to an infected website that will be automatically start downloading the software to their computer. The last one is file sharing worms. File sharing and peer-to-peer file transfers are still used by millions of people around the world. They are unknowingly exposing their computers to the threat of file sharing worms like email and instant messaging worms. These programs are discussed as media files and dual extensions. When the victim opens the downloaded file to view it or listen to it, they will download the worm to their computer. Even if it seems that the user have downloaded an actual playable media file, an executable malicious file could be hidden in the folder and discreetly installed when the media file is first opened. These are the types of worms. Thank you. These are the types of worms. Now, my friend Varshita will explain about next topic, that is Trojan horses. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Varshita KH. In this presentation, I am going to explain about Trojan horse. First, let us know about what is Trojan horse. A Trojan horse or a Trojan is a type of malicious code or software that looks legitimate but can take control of your computer. It is designed to damage, steal, and to harm your data or a network. A Trojan horse is a program that appears something to be safe, but it performs tasks such as giving access to your computer or sending your personal information to another computers. Next, let's see how Trojan works. You might think you received a mail from someone you know and clicked on what looks like legitimate attachment, but you have been fooled. The email is from cyber criminal, and the file you have clicked on, downloaded and opened has gone install malware on your device. Once the Trojan has been transformed and activated, it negatively impacts and put victim at risk. Next type of Trojans. First one, backdoor Trojan. This Trojan can create backdoor on your computer. Attacker can wide range of actions on infected computer, including receiving, sending, deleting or launching files. Your data can be downloaded by third party and stolen. Next, downloader Trojan. This Trojan targets your already infected computer. It downloads and installs new version of malicious programs. These can include Trojans and adware. Next, fake antivirus Trojan. This Trojan behaves like antivirus software but demands money from you to detect and remove threats, whether they are real or fake. Next, game thief Trojan. The losers here may be online gamers. This Trojan seeks to steal their account information. Next, info stealer Trojan. Info stealers gather login information like username and password and send to another system via email or a network. Next, mail finder Trojan. This Trojan seeks to steal email addresses you have accumulated on your device. Next, let's see how to protect against Trojan. Don't open link in an email unless you are confident it comes from legitimate source. Don't download or install programs if you don't have complete trust in a publisher. Don't click on pop-up windows that promises free programs that performs useful tasks. Don't ever open link in an email unless you know exactly what it is. This is about Trojan horse, how it works and how to protect against Trojans. Next, my friend Uma will explain about malware protection. Thank you.
Hi everyone, myself Uma. In this session, I will explain about malware. A malware is a kind of software that is designed to harm a computer system. Malware can steal sensitive information from your computer and gradually slow down your computer system that are designed to cause a damage that data and system to gain unauthorized access through networks. For example, viruses and worms. Malware protection. Keep your computer and software updated. Use an administrator account whenever possible. Be careful about opening email attachments or images. Think twice before clicking link or downloading anything. Don't trust pop-up window that ask you to download software. Limit your file sharing. Use antivirus software. Keep your computer and software updated. These updates often fix the computer and improve the security of your computer system. Some operating systems also offer automatic updates so that you can automatically get notifications updates on the available. Computer software should be kept up to date with the newer versions. More security and fix the prevent of malwares. Think twice before clicking or downloading anything. In this real world, many people are suspicious and curious about flashy things, and many people are not be aware about that. For many of the links like be click here or download any GUI images will be popped on your screen. On the web, you should be adopt similar level of consciousness when you are entering unfamiliar websites that come to offer free things. We know it might download that free videos or the playing games are available freely. Be careful about opening email attachments or the images. If a random person sends suspicious images or the mail or the text, don't click any links or the downloaded information. Sometimes email might be just a spam, but other times those email might secretly contain harmful malware. Don't trust pop-up window that ask you to download software. When many websites are come across that shows a pop-up window, make you believe your computer has been infected and ask you to download some software or anything like click here or download here. But please don't use any pop-up message which likes any ad asking you for downloading something. In order to protect yourself, just close the pop-up window and make sure that you don't click inside the pop-up windows. Limit your file sharing. Sometimes an application should be allows many easy files that user can use. Many of the sites offers multiple applications like little protection will be more, and if you exchange or download any information using those file sharing methods, this can lock your malware and corrupt your entire system. Use antivirus. If you need to download anything in the website or the any forms, you should be use antivirus program to scan the download for a malware before opening it. Antivirus software also allows you to scan entire system, and it's very essential to scan your system regularly. Next topic, backdoors, will be explained from my friend Prithvi Shetty.
The Internet. www, the World Wide Web. A world of unlimited possibilities. You can shop, book a trip to a sunny beach, watch movies, listen to music, take care of all your banking, and maybe even pick up a date for Saturday night. The Internet has become an indispensable part of our daily lives, both at home and at work. And the rapid development of the Internet is further reinforced by the spectacular surge in the number of Internet users who have a high-speed Internet connection via ADSL or cable. This is resulting in a growing number of people who are continuously online. The internet has indeed opened up a world of unlimited possibilities, but it has also brought a growing number of threats. Not only the proper use of the internet is growing, the misuse and abuse of the medium is also growing at an alarming rate. There are countless viruses and worms that use the latest tricks to force their way into your computer. They often get into your PC silently, without you even knowing they're there. But once they're actually in your PC, they can wreak horrific destruction. Your computer is like your home. Unwanted guests can break into your home or your computer at any time and in any way, often without you even seeing or noticing them. Emails, for example, can provide an entryway for viruses to penetrate your computer. You simply receive an email with an attachment that perks your interest. Your curiosity gets the better of you, and you open the attachment. And presto! The virus barges in and has unlimited access to every nook and cranny of your PC. These viruses are also experts at spreading and multiplying via all the addresses in your mailbox. But the emails aren't the only way that viruses get into your PC. Actually, every time you visit a website or download free music or video files, you can contaminate your PC with dangerous installations or downloads. But viruses can do much, much more. They are so clever that they wreak all this havoc entirely on their own. They don't need your help. All they need is your PC, and the rest takes place automatically. Worms, another group of nasty intruders, can also spread at devastating speed. Worms cleverly use the leaks in your computer programs, so they enter your computer whenever your PC is connected to the internet, even if you aren't at home. You could say that worms act as doormen, but the only problem is that they let in all kinds of unsavoury characters that you would actually like to keep out. And if you could see them, you would be horrified at the riffraff that walks straight through the door. Yeah, like we said, they're ruthless intruders. Of all the intruders, bots are without a doubt the most ruthless. They install themselves on your computer, often with the aid of a virus or worm, and as it were, hypnotize your computer. From this moment on, you are the owner of a zombie PC. Once your PC is infected with a bot, it becomes part of a many-branch network of zombie PCs, all infected with the same bot, a botnet. It's annoying for you and dangerous for others, a breeding ground for criminal offences. From one central point, just one malicious person can order all the bots in the network to carry out the same task. For example, to paralyze a company's network or website. And they send more than 50% of all the spam sent worldwide. The repercussions of an attack by a network are obviously immensely greater, more effective and more damaging than an attack from an individual PC. So if you don't protect your computer against bots, it can unwillingly take part in a collective attack of this nature. And while all of this is taking place, you probably won't notice a thing. Your PC will appear to operate normally, but behind the scenes it will be working overtime to carry out all kinds of undesirable activities. All of this paints a pretty discouraging picture, just when you were feeling so positive about the endless possibilities provided by the internet and your computer. But the good news is that it's not as complicated as it sounds. You can secure your PC by following just 4 simple rules. Rule 1. Install